All right, hi guys. It is Taco Tuesday for our household. We are having tacos. We have the 93% lean, and then we have 85% lean. So we're gonna mix those together per my son. That's what he would like. And then we are going to add in some garlic, cumin, paprika to our ground beef. And then I'll be making the Mexican style rice-a-roni. I usually make the Spanish rice, but they didn't have the one that I wanted at Safeway when I went up there. So they only had the Mexican style one. So I'm hoping it's just as good as the other one. We'll see. But that's what they had available. So I'll be making 2 boxes of those because usually we eat a lot of rice when I make the Spanish rice. I still need to learn how to make my own Spanish rice. I've seen tons of videos and it looks pretty simple. I just have not tried it yet. Then we have our refried beans. I think I'm just doing 1 can. We usually don't eat our beans and I end up throwing it away. We like to use the Guerrero tortillas. Those are pretty good. So I'll be frying those. But for now, I'm gonna get started on the rice. So that's going while I start cooking the ground beef. I still need to fry the shells. So I will come back in a little bit once I get started with the rice. All right, I'm back. So I'm getting started with the rice. So I need 2 tablespoons of margarine and then 2.5 cups of water. The other package that I usually do, the rice-a-roni, the Spanish rice, it lets me add in the, well, not really lets me, but it's an option to put in the tomatoes. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that with this one. I'm not too sure if that'll be okay. Like I said, this is the first time I'm making this version. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna make it the way it is, but I will talk to my family and see what they think. So for now, we're starting out with 2 tablespoons of butter. So I'll need 4 because I'm doing 2. I'm just cutting it right in half, and it's nice because the margarine always has the lines on there for you to use. So I'm putting in 4 tablespoons of butter, and I need to turn on my stove. And I'm just using this size pan for it. I'm not sure what size it is. But I usually make my rice in that one because it's easier. And like I said, I make 2 boxes. All right, so once that starts melting, I will add in the rice and I just brown it for a bit. Then I'll add in the water. Joel, do you think that adding in tomatoes to this one will be okay? It's not the regular Spanish rice. Or do you think I should just make it the way the box is? Huh? Add the tomato? Okay. I'll add 1 can. And then I gotta figure out the ratios of water because I'm gonna be using the tomato juice as well. So maybe I add in, I don't know, I'll see, maybe 1.5 instead of 2 cups. Because the Spanish rice one usually has the right cup sizes to use because it allows you to add in the tomatoes. But like I said, this one doesn't. It just has me using butter or margarine and 2.5 or 2 1/4 cups of water. So maybe I just add in 2 cups each. So maybe 4 cups instead of the 1/4 for each box. All right, so I'm just gonna start stirring and I will show you what I'm doing. Don't mind my messy hair. I guess I can't turn it around. Uh-oh, I'm covering. Oh well. So So I'll do it like this. So there's still a big chunk of butter in it. So I'm gonna just let that melt while I'm adding in, although I added in the rice already. And then I probably should start doing my shells. I don't have a lot of burner space because I need to also fry my ground beef, but I'm thinking I should probably do my shells first and then I'll do my ground beef after. So once the rice browns, you just add in your seasoning, and then I'm going to add in, it smells good, so I'm hoping it's good. And my son, I did consult with him about what he thought about the tomatoes, and he said it's probably a good idea to add it in, and I know he loves tomatoes, so that's probably why he wants it in there. And usually when I make tacos, I guess you can say that I'm lazy to the point to where I only do cheese at sometimes, and sometimes we don't buy lettuce either, but lettuce was on sale this week, so 97 cents at Safeway. So I did pick up a head of lettuce, so I will be cutting lettuce, and I also picked up some tomatoes. We usually don't have tomatoes either, but I did pick some up. I asked my son before I went to the store today if he would like tomatoes as well, and he said yes. So we won't just be having cheese tacos, we'll be having the whole deal. But they're used to that. They're used to just having cheese in it if that's what I put. Because I guess I'm a lazy cook. But I still cook. Just not everything sometimes. So like with my hamburgers too, we'll have cheeseburgers and we'll fry them in here or either do them on the grill. And I'm very lazy. I don't always put the lettuce, tomatoes, pickles. My son always does that for his. When he cooks, we have everything. So he'll cut up tomatoes, he'll do pickles, everything for him. And then he even toasts the buns. I don't do all that. I just do the bare minimum so we can eat. So it's nice when he cooks. I like it because he does everything. All right, so I'm gonna just continue to brown my rice, and I'm gonna get started on frying my shells, and then I will come back and show you guys what I'm up to. It looks like I need to clean my stove. It has, my son made some breakfast earlier and it's pretty splattered with grease. So I need to fill up my dishwater and start cleaning. All right, we're back. So my rice is pretty much browned. So I'm gonna add in the seasoning that it came with. And there are 2 packs, so I'm adding in 2. This is hard to do when it's only you doing the video by yourself. Okay. And then I'm going to add in the tomatoes. So 1 can of this I figure will be okay. And like I said, usually I don't do that. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. Let's see. Oh, it's hard to pull apart. Ew. Better not cut myself. I'm not very good at doing these kind of things when it's only, okay, and I'm now putting my finger in your view. So put in some juice. All right, I'll have to come back because I'm having a hard time opening this. All right, so I'm back. I did add in the can of tomatoes and the 4 cups of water. And I believe that should be okay. It looks like more than enough water. So let's hope then, pray that the rice will come out good, because we added in something that it doesn't ask for. And And I'm not adding in all the water just because I'm using some of the tomato juice as well. All right, and then my grease here is warming up for my shells. Don't mind my stove, please. It needs to be cleaned. And then I'll be putting it on here. And then I will be back. So the rice is now boiling. So I'm gonna stir it and then I'm gonna cover it. I think it's like 15 minutes that you cover it. And I usually check mine every now and then because sometimes it sticks. And then I'm gonna turn it down to low. I did start frying my shells, so that's how I usually do mine. That way I can put paper towels over and it kind of takes off the oil a little bit. And I use canola oil for my frying. So right now I have 4, 8, 12. So I'm not sure how many I'll do, maybe like 24 at the most, because I have some hungry boys and hungry dogs. So I'll be doing that, finishing up, and then Lady is over here waiting for her part of the dinner too. And Gorda is sitting on the couch with Joel.
Oh yeah, Taco Tuesday.
So I did add in the leaner one first, so you can tell it's this one here at the top. You can kind of tell between the two. I just mixed it in with my hands. I think that should be enough ground beef, because usually we put in a lot and we don't use all of it and we end up wasting it. So that's what I'm gonna do, and then I still have half of the other one. Right, I will be right back.
Ale.
And I will stir the rice so that you can see it. Good. All right, so let's stir the rice. So this is what it looks like. Oh, it looks really tomatoey. It's a lot more red, or redder, I guess, than the Spanish rice. And it's probably just the spices that they use in the seasoning, those packets. But it looks pretty good. I always do that with my spoon, and sometimes the dogs get scared. So I'm putting in some garlic, and it's a tablespoon. I'll do probably 2, maybe a little bit more, because that's a lot of ground beef. So maybe like half of one. Okay. Show me my dishes that I still need to do. And then we're gonna add in some paprika, and then we're gonna add some cumin. Mamano was gonna cook earlier, but he wasn't able to use the packet, so he said he's not cooking. But I'm still adding in cumin, so that's what I'm adding in for that. I don't know if it's good enough or not. This is my favorite. We have one of those ground beef ones, but it's hard. This one is kind of hard to use when you go like this. It just sticks inside, and it's more of a mess to clean than anything. So this is my favorite spoon or utensil to use, because it's flat and I'm able to move things around good, versus that one where I'm having to fight with that ground beef inside those little crevices. Alright, so we're going to check our rice again, because my timer went off and I'm not sure if it's done, because remember I only added in 2 cups of water. versus the quarter cups that we're supposed to go into, but I didn't want to add in too much because I also added in tomatoes. So let's go to, oops, to the rice and see what we have. Gotta remember to put away from my face so I don't burn myself. One time I burned myself really bad with, we were doing a turkey one day and in a roaster, and I pulled it up and it burned the whole underside of my arm, and that was not cool. So I'm gonna taste it just to make sure everything is soft. It looks like it is, and I'm hoping it is. Yeah, it's okay. I'm just gonna cover it for now, and then I will put it on the back burner, and then continue to fry my ground beef. And I need to also put away that stuff here, and I'm gonna leave some of the seasonings out because I'm not sure my family's gonna want to add any more. So we're gonna wait for that to go, and I'm gonna start putting away the ground beef. I'll probably just freeze the rest. Use a glove. I don't want to be using my hand. I still have to wash my hands anyway, so I guess it really doesn't matter. Hopefully. It's not gonna work for me today, so I'm gonna do it half at a time. I'll just freeze it because I don't think we're gonna use it the next couple days. And I need to start up my water, so I can start wiping down my stove and countertops. And I usually just flatten mine like this so that when it's in the freezer it doesn't take up all the space when it's a big portion. You can just leave it whole the way you put it in to make sure mine's a little bit more flat, so I can stick it in my freezer. We just have we only use our freezer on our refrigerator, and sometimes that's too small. All right. So it smells good. Alright, so I will continue to fry the ground beef. I'm going to get my dishwater ready and start wiping down things, cleaning up. Also need to do some dishes, unload the dishwasher and throw some more in. Thankfully, I have a dishwasher. Never used to use a dishwasher before. Growing up on the reservation, you don't have dishwashers out there. So you always have to do your own dishes. All right, I'm back. So I did get the ground beef done. I just have it on low. I'm just cooking it a little bit more. I did drain some grease out. And then I'm gonna start with cutting up my other ingredients, the tomatoes and lettuce. And then I still need to warm up the beans. These are the beans that I will be doing. So I need a pan for that. And then I think I'm pretty much ready to put things together after I am done cutting up stuff. Smaller pan for my beans. It's in the dishwasher, so I'm going to use this one instead because it's smaller. once my stuff is cut up, and then I'll show a little bit of the assembly and what our plates will look like. There's still a little bit of a red piece in here somewhere, so that's why I'm just have it on low. It smells really good though. The paprika, I can really smell it. It smells, to me it smells like my Sutsu used to make tamales. And Hopis usually make their tamales with just ground beef and still with the masa inside silakwa or corn husks. But this is the type of ground beef, or like the flavor or the smell of it. That's to me how it would smell, like her ground beef, the kind she would put into her tamales. And so we do ours different from the like Spanish Mexican people down here, where they just fold it. Or Hopis, they tie it kind of like a sumibiki. So if you've had a sumibiki, the one that's blue corn, it's tied in the middle, and then you leave a little bit of the silakwa or the corn husk at the top, and then you tie that portion. So it's just 2 ties on that one, but you do tie them. I don't know how to make those ones. I mean, I probably can try, but I would need also good corn husks that don't break, so I could use them as ties. All right, I will come back to show you the finished product. All right, I am back. So we have the finished product. There are, our tacos. So most of them have everything on them, but I left 4 of them without lettuce and tomatoes because I did run out, but there might also be one of my boys or Lamont that might want just the cheese as well. So I left it like that. And that's how much ground beef we have left. So some of that is going to our puppies because they're waiting. There's Lady and there's Gorda over there. They've been waiting patiently. And our beans are warmed up, and then our finished rice as well. So come eat. I don't remember which one it was that I use and what tenses they are. I gotta ask my mother-in-law and make sure that I'm saying it correctly. So that's why I'm saying both. All right, well, thanks for watching. And if you're new, please subscribe. We do have other videos. We try to do more a week, but sometimes it's hard. But thank you for watching, and thank you for coming back. See you again.